with the play-in games.
I don't think anybody did, and not for lack of belief in the team or their skills, but just realistically looking at records, looking at other teams, looking at the rankings all season, looking at the seedings in this tournament. And this tournament has featured a lot of upsets in softball and in baseball. And here we are with the number 4 seed playing number 6 seed for the championship of 2A. It's awesome.
It is awesome. Number 4 is the Menaul Oak Grove Owls.
Yep.
And for the other team, the number 6 seed, is our very own Eunice Cardinals. It's been kind of an up-and-down season for the Cards, but they are peaking, I would think, at the right time under first-year head coach Tyler Almager. If that name sounds familiar, well, of course it is. Tyler, a long-time standout, I think a 4-year starter for the Eunice Cardinals, won a state title as a player, now trying to get one as a champion as a coach. But, 12-11. On the season. So been a little up and down, but like we said, peaking at the right time, we hope.
That's what it's about. When you talk to any coach, they talk about momentum of the team and peaking and really taking them from the beginning of the season through the middle and finishing at the right time for the team. And this team has grown throughout the season. They're a much better team than the record indicates, although they're about 500 on the season. And under Ty Almager, he knows a little bit about baseball. He knows a little about it, yeah. So he has seen a diamond or two in his life. And I think he's imparting, and he is young enough to have a lot of enthusiasm and spirit and be somebody that the high school kids can look up to, know, and really relate to. And I think that it shows in the way that they've developed. They're listening to their coaching. They're paying attention.
Well, I think they are too. Now, on the other side of the coin, you've got Coach Russ's Owls. And just a side note, I think more teams should be the Owls.
I love them as a mascot.
Even though I love the Owls mascot, I hope the Cardinals beat them in this Battle of the Birds today. But the Owls come in at 21-5 on the year at number 4 on in the seedings when this came out. Was looking over their schedule last night. They haven't really played as tough a schedule, I think, as the Eunice Cardinals have. But still, you got to go out and you got to play at this point 26 games and only lose 5 of them. And they were to some of their tougher opponents.
They were, and that. I think even though the strength of schedule is taken into account in terms of the seeding, I think that's how Eunice, got to be 6. But it's about making it tougher, making you tougher as a player, coming through those games and playing against better teams, tougher teams, and higher classification teams. Eunice has done that, and I think that's helped temper them, just like you temper steel. That's helped harden them a little bit and get them ready for this game. Let's hope it all comes down to being here on this field at this time this morning, and let's hope it's their time.
Well, we certainly hope so. Even though the weather service says it's going to be 73 degrees at first pitch, we are sitting in direct sun, no shade. No. That was one thing I never could get Ray Birmingham to do, was put shade over the home stands. I guess he ran out of money from the donors before he did that, but he has done a lot of work when he was the head coach here. Obviously retired now, but got the artificial turf put in and made mass improvements to the stands. Made the press box smaller, which I didn't think was actually possible. But so they always stick us out here in the direct sun. But hey, we've got a place to plug in. I shouldn't complain.
And you talk about Eunice having a fine tradition of baseball with looking for 18 state championships with this, and Birmingham certainly left his stamp on baseball in Hobbs. And I grew up with Ray and his sister, played softball with his sisters, and he leaves a fine example in this. So I think it's coming together beautifully here, bringing the Eunice Cardinals. They've been on this field, they've been here before, and that should give them confidence coming in. And then, of course, the tradition and the legacy that Ray Birmingham left, and we know that so well in Hobbs and Lee County.
Well, we do. As a matter of fact, Ray Birmingham, as we mentioned, doing a lot of work on this field, and it's been very, very, very good.
Man, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
what a great facility.
Nice facility, and it's come a long way here at Santa Ana Star Field. Let's go ahead and give you the starting lineups. They're announcing them right now for the Eunice Cardinals. Leading off and playing second, it'll be number 11, Billy Blevins. Batting second and catching, Kevin Garcia. Hitting in the third slot is the shortstop, Braylon Jeter. Batting fourth and playing first will be Jose Calvillo. Batting fifth is the left fielder, Tyson Coy. Batting eighth and pitching, Luis Gomez. Batting in the seventh slot, playing in right field, Luis Zamora. Batting seventh is the DH, Fabian Ornelas. He'll be hitting in place of center fielder, Dyson Lord. And batting ninth is the third baseman, Isaac Morales. Now then, the rest of the bench, you've got number 6, Hyan Castro, number 12, Zeke Garcia, number 13, Jace Matthews, 14, Ethan Wilson, number 20, Haziel Gotia. And then we have number 16, Rob, and a number 21, Nick. Those are the well, I've got to teach Tyler how to write last names, I guess. But on the other side for Menaul Oak Grove, leading off and playing first will be Isaac Rush. Batting second and playing center will be Jackson Buck. Batting third and catching Noah Rush. Batting fourth and pitching will be Talon Lucetto. Batting in the 5 slot, playing in left field, Grayson Grieve. Batting sixth is the third baseman, James. Is it Schroeder or Schrader?
I think it's Schrader.
Schrader. Okay, I can't read my own handwriting. There's an A there.
I think it should be, Schroeder, but I think it's when you see that, it's pronounced Schrader. But this family may say Schroeder. We don't know.
So also, well, we'll figure it out.
Right.
And batting in the 7th slot is the shortstop, Luke Jeter. So both teams with a Jeter at shortstop.
I was just about to point that out. That's pretty coincidental.
Batting 8th and playing second, Ben Fernandez. And batting 9th and playing in right field is Brody Prochnow.
Right.
I wonder if he's related to Jurgen Prochnow,
one
the
of
famous
the actor Jurgen. Mm-hmm.
There are 2 bench players, a short bench for the Owls. Number 6, Elliot Hargowitz, and number 12, Keenan Hargowitz. And I'm sorry if I am butchering.
And it maybe, is it Haugetz? I couldn't tell if that was a U or a G. We may be butchering names just because we're not familiar with the teams and reading the handwriting. But you got to wonder, two reserve players and same last name, got to be at least brothers. I think
at least
brothers
cousins,
too.
but probably
brothers. Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so.
And Coach Jay Rush, the head coach of the Owls.
And I believe he is the father of Isaac and Noah Rush.
Okay.
So the team's being introduced out onto the field right now. Eunice is wearing the red tops with the white pants. Eunice in white script and black letters and numbers. For the Menaul Oak Grove Owls, they're a co-op school. There is an Oak Grove Academy and a Menaul school, and they team up for sports, kind of like Fort Sumner House down in our part of the world. They're wearing black tops with white pants. They've got Oak Grove on the unis in gold script with gold letters and numbers. Let's take a timeout. Come back after the national anthem. This is Eunice Cardinals State Championship Baseball on Cool 95.7 KLEA Hobbs, Lovington, Eunice.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Bart Parker, owner of Redbird LP Gas Company, and his employees are proud of the Eunice Cardinals. Bart, class of 1971, state champions of both basketball and baseball, support the kids in their academics and athletics. And they realize balancing both is challenging, and they appreciate the Cardinals' determination. Redbird knows the Eunice Cardinals have worked really hard to get where they're at, and they're cheering them on all the way. Supporting the Eunice Cardinals, Redbird LP Gas Company.
Parker Energy Services has been servicing the community for over 17 years. They offer water hauling, dirt work, and disposable services. Dispatchers and sales staff are available anytime, and office staff is available from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., Monday through Friday. Parker Energy aims to satisfy their customers and give their employees great job opportunities. Parker Energy is family-owned and operated, big enough to meet your needs and small enough to offer excellent and personalized services. Consider Parker Energy support services for all of your support needs. Visit them today at 2350 Avenue O in Eunice.
As Lee County's largest independent insurance agency, Lavelle Insurance works with a large number of insurance companies. They'll do your comparison shopping for you, guaranteeing you the very best price on the very best coverage for life, health, auto, retirement planning, commercial or personal insurance. Lavelle Insurance offers innovative solutions to protect your assets, goals, and future plans. Eunice schools are excited to have students and staff back on campus and involved in another successful school term. It's been an eventful year, and the Eunice schools are ready for whatever comes their way. Eunice Public Schools provide high-quality educational experiences in a safe environment. The entire Eunice community is very involved with all levels of sports and academics. Eunice, a friendly small town with a wonderful community and amenities, and a fantastic school system.
And welcome back to Eunice Cardinals State Tournament Baseball here on Cool 95.7, the Cool 95.7 app, HobbsAmerica.com, and audio only on the Eunice Sports YouTube channel. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle, Tiff Stuber in studio engineering and producing. Eunice trying for state championship number 18 here today, and it would be the first as a coach for Tyler Almager. Of course, the last time we were on this field was 2 seasons ago when Eunice came in and absolutely destroyed Capitan. They had an inning where they batted around, I want to say, 2.5 times to really put paid to that game. Yeah. So that claimed number 17, of course, under longtime head coach Drew Reynolds.
You never know how it's going to go, but paper is one thing, and the day of the game and the field, that's another. But we got to feel like this is going to be a much closer, tighter game, at least partway through. That's just my feeling. We're gonna see a closer game, not a runaway. One team or the other may break it open, later in the game, but I just have a feeling we're in for a good, close, entertaining and engaging.
Well, I would certainly hope so.
Team.
Of course, one thing, I talked about this yesterday in the semifinal matchup. This tournament is 3 games in 3 days, and all the pitching limits and pitch counts and everything stay in place. Yeah. So it is incredibly important to be deep in the pitching when you get up here. Yeah. Of course, they used Billy Blevins, who's really been their number one to get past that first round game. And then yesterday with Braylon Jeter starting, and then Luis Zamora, who's really kind of their fireman, coming on in relief. And I didn't keep up with the pitches there. I should have. Really
pitch counts.
The pitch counts. And, today it's going to fall on Luis Gomez, who's really kind of been their number 2, number 3, number 4, depending on the situation. So going to be important. And, if they can get the pitching going and they can minimize mistakes. 4 errors yesterday that kept that one. 3 of those errors cost them runs. So.
I really think that pitch management is the key. And coming into this game, as you said, with basically, this is the third of a 3-game series.
As Blevins will step in, and we are underway as Lucero looks into rush. We'll set the defense for you momentarily, and the first pitch will be outside on the fastball, and that is ball 1. Lucero on the hill. Rush is his battery mate. Rush, Fernandez, Jeter, Schrader around the infield, first to third. Set the outfield for you momentarily as Lucero kicks and fires. That one a fastball on the just missing on the outside corner for ball number 2. So the 2-ball, no strike count. We are underway. 2A state championship being contested, and the 2-0 pitch swung on and missed as Billy saw one that he liked. Chased one that was a little out of the zone outside. And it'll run the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Lucero sets at the belt, the high kick and the pitch, and that fastball is on the outside corner, letter high. And the count evens up at 2-2. Outfield is Grieve, Buck, and Prochnow left to right. Large dimensions here at Santa Ana Star Field. And the 2-2 pitch swung on, and that'll be a weak grounder towards second. Fernandez hoovers it up, double clutches, fires over to first in time to get the speedy Blevins 4-3 for out number 1. So that'll lead Kevin Garcia to the plate.
I do think that making contact early on that, even though that was a ground out to start things off, it wasn't a strikeout, and contact was made, and pretty solid contact. And I think that speaks well to the Eunice bats and for them in the order.
So now it'll be Kevin Garcia to the plate. Kevin, the Cardinal catcher, gets ready as Lucero will deal, and that one at the knees, a good fastball called strike 1. Dimensions here at Santa Ana Star Field, you got 338 down the lines, 405, which is very deep to the alleys, 413 to either side of the monster. Ooh. Next pitch on the outside corner, good breaking ball, even makes it a no ball 2-strike count. And I want to say it's like 420 to dead center out with the monster.
It's a big field. You're playing big-time baseball here.
0-2 pitch swung on and missed. Got a piece of it, and Rush not able to hang on to it. So Garcia gets a piece of it to stay alive.
It's got to feel exciting to be a player coming onto this field, but a little overwhelming as well, just with the fact that it is so big. The dimension's so huge.
0-2 pitch, and that'll be a weak grounder foul over towards the third baseman as Schrader comes over and picks it up. And he'll toss it back out to his pitcher. Of course, Cardinal Park at home is not a small yard.
Yeah, and it's nice. The Cardinals are used to reaching for the fence, and it's not a tiny field.
And they're also used to the turf too, which helps.
Yeah, and I was just about to say, the surface is something they're accustomed to playing on. They're comfortable here, I hope.
0-2 pitch is away for ball number 1. Outfield is playing fairly deep for the Owls. Infield, pretty much their normal positions. One down, no score, top of the first. And the 1-2 pitch on the way, fastball, and that one is in there.
Ooh.
Called strike 3. Outside corner, Kevin with the bat on the shoulder. Watches it into the glove, and 2 down now for the Cards. 2 up, 2 down, and now Braylon Jeter to the plate.
There were some groans as the Eunice faithful, not liking that call strike. And Eunice has shown up, being this championship game. And on a Saturday, more people could drive up. We're seeing a lot of red in the stands over here, and it's good to see. Good support.
First pitch to Jeter is an off-speed pitch on the outside corner, called strike 1. If this ump's going to call that outside corner, you got to start swinging at it eventually.
And as long as he's consistent from batter to batter and for both teams, that's okay.
A 1 pitch curveball swung on, and that one will be lifted high in the air to shallow center field. Could be trouble. Center fielder Buck on the run.
Wow.
In stride, catches it, had to run about 40 yards in to get that dying quail in center. It'll be a fly out to Rush in center, and the Cards go 1-2-3 after a half inning of play. Eunice 0. Oak Grove Menaul coming to bat. This is Eunice Cardinals State Tournament Baseball on Cool 95.7.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Bart Parker, owner of Redbird LP Gas Company, and his employees are proud of the Eunice Cardinals. Bart, class of 1971, state champions of both basketball and baseball, support the kids in their academics and athletics. And they realize balancing both is challenging, and they appreciate the Cardinals' determination. Redbird knows the Eunice Cardinals have worked really hard to get where they're at, and they're cheering them on all the way. Supporting the Eunice Cardinals, Redbird LP Gas Company.
Welcome back to Cardinal State Baseball on Cool 95.7, Unisports YouTube, and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle, and it was 3 up, 3 down in the top of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on. We go to the bottom of the first, and with the call, here is TJ.
Thank you very much, Dawn. Let's go ahead and set the Eunice Cardinals defensively for you. It is Gomez on the hill. Garcia is his battery mate Calvillo, Blevins, Jeter, and Morales around the infield from first to third. Coy, Lord, and Zamora. They are your outfield from left to right. You got Isaac Rush starting things off. He is the first baseman for this Menaul Oak Grove squad. Jackson Buck bats second. Noah Rush is the third hitter. The Rush brothers really kind of the ones who have done the most damage for this team of Owls this season. They're really kind of the gas that makes the engine go, if you will, for the Owls.
Yeah, and it's always good to have anchors for your team, and you can always tell. A lot of times, traditionally the anchor of your team will be the catcher, just because they just feel that they may not necessarily be the captain of the team, but it's always good. You always can look and see the anchors of a team. You watch them for a couple of innings, you can usually tell who everybody really is looking to for strength and leadership and guidance on the field and in the dugout.
And an extremely busy day around UNM, even though it's not UNM graduation today. There's something going on at the pit. Somebody's graduating in there, and I believe right. The 4A, 5A state track meet going on over at University Stadium across the way from us. So a lot of folks, and parking very scarce here today. Fortunately, they had the media lot ready.
They did. A lot of walking today, and but still, great day for baseball, too. Perfect morning.
And the first pitch to Rush. He'll swing on that one and pop it out into the overflow parking, where we had to park a couple of years ago and hike like 63 and a half miles in here. Strike one. During the last Eunice State title game, you were doing a Lovington softball game at the same time.
State championship game right across the way, just across the field here.
And the 0-1 pitch swung on, and that's a hard shot, going to find its way through into center field, as charging in is Lord, but Rush just goes with the pitch that Gomez gave him and took it right back up the middle for the leadoff single.
Nice. Like 2 pitches, 1 out. Can't get much more efficient than that.
Unfortunately, no out on it.
Right.
So now Jackson Buck to the plate. Buck, the center fielder. We know he's got wheels. We saw him rob Jeter a minute ago on a dying quail to center.
Man, he put it into overdrive and got there on time. Credit where credit's due. That was a beautiful catch.
Calvillo holds on the runner. Runner goes, as that one is going to be over the head of Rush, as Garcia throws it down, but not going to be in time. We saw this yesterday with the game against Rehoboth, and they are going to test Kevin Garcia's arm. They've decided that maybe it's not quite as strong, especially going to second, and so if they get a runner on, they are going to challenge him today. It was ball one at the plate to Buck, and now a runner in scoring position, nobody out. As Gomez will come set, checks on the runner, and fires, and that fastball right down the pipe as Buck shows bunt. Pulls it back, should have attempted it anyway. It'll be strike one. So a 1 ball, 1 strike count from here at Santa Ana Star Field, 2A state championship. And the 1-1 pitch curveball swung on, and getting a piece of that one is Buck. Shoots it back to the retaining wall. And the count evens up now 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, pitcher's count. And I've noticed he's not worried a whole lot about that runner back there on second, who's getting a decent lead off, but not much more than that.
Still a 1 ball, 2 strike count. As Gomez checks on the runner, he's got a huge lead. Curveball, coming inside, and ding-dong hits Jackson Buck between the 1 and the 3 in the back. Hit by the pitch, and now runners at first and second hit by the pitch. And now it'll be Noah Rush, the catcher, to the plate. If you're the Cardinals right now, you just need to take a deep breath and relax.
Right, you got 2 runners on and no outs, and so it's time to really, really be very careful. You don't want to give the Owls anything. You make them take everything that they get.
And so at the plate is Rush as Gomez on the hill. Luis with runners at first and second. And a little bit over at first as the runner goes, swung on and missed, hit and run on, and the throw down not going to be in time. It actually hits Rush after he slid in safely. So now there are Owls at the corners.
And Coach Rush has pieced together, base by base here, after the hit, a runner just feet away from the first score, and Eunice is going to try desperately and hope to not let them pass home plate and get on the board first.
So a 0 ball, 1 strike count with runners at the corners. I would expect Buck to go on first movement from first to second. Calvio holds him on over there. Outfield is deep, lowered a step or 2 over towards the alley in left center. And the 0-1 pitch curveball swung on, and that's a hard shot right to Jeter. Handles it, has to go across the diamond and takes the out. No chance of getting Buck very fast. Rush is out. He'll have a sacrifice RBI ground out. He is out 6-3 for out number 1, but it does plate Isaac Rush, and now it is 1-0 in favor of Menaul Oak Grove as now Talon Lucetto to the plate.
No outs here, so
Eunice, 1 now.
1 now. But before that batter, they were really looking at being in a little bit of trouble here, and with the 1 out, a little sigh of relief, but you still got to work the next 2 and hope to not trade a run for an out. You have to.
And that's what they did last time. Swung on the first pitch and lifted high in the air out to shallow right field. As coming on is Zamora. He called off Blevins, and then it drops between the 2 and gets around Luis, and that will allow Buck to score from second. So Lucetto with a bloop single that's an RBI. And then just a mental mistake. It doesn't go in the books as an error, but it's a mental mistake as Lucero moves to second on the throw in. But that's a mental mistake. Gave up on it, so I have to think Zamora called him off of it.
I don't know if somebody called the other one off or he lost it up in the sun or the sky. I don't know what happened, but the end result is drop ball and a run scored, and now a runner in scoring position on second as Lucetto moved on the throw.
First pitch to Grive is a swing and a miss, strike 1, so a 0 ball, 1 strike count. Still just 1 out and 2 runs across for Menaul Oak Grove. The Owls right now trying to take flight on the Cardinals.
And the Cardinals trying to contain the damage here.
Gomez looks into Garcia, and he'll deal the 0-1 curveball. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Called strike 2.
It was a quick flinch, but I guess he broke the plane.
Now a 0 ball to Grayson Grieve. Runner at second is Lucero, who reached on a blooper. Pretty good lead off over at second, and the 0-2 pitch curveball swung on and getting as Calvillo charges over and slides into the fence trying to get to that one.
Nice hustle. Got to applaud, working that hard to try to get it and coming up short for nothing, but still nice hustle and good to see that.
So a no ball, 2 strike count will reset there.
And I really think he was reaching out just to spoil that one off. Grieve with protecting the plate with 2 strikes against him. Afraid that might have caught the corner and he was going to spoil it off.
And the pitch, a changeup, swung on and missed. Ring him up, sit him down. Grieve goes down swinging. First K of the ball game for Gomez. And there is 2 down now for the Owls, as that'll bring James
Schroeder. They're calling him Schroeder. Okay,
so we'll go with Schroeder.
We'll go with it. That's right.
Oak Grove, Menaul, or Albuquerque schools. It's an Albuquerque PA crew. We're going with Schroeder. So if we're wrong, it's their fault.
All right.
So James Schroeder to the plate.
If we're wrong, we're still wrong. That's the problem.
True.
So,
Third baseman for the Owls steps in, 1 on, 2 out. 2 runs across for Oak Grove. Coming set, and the pitch, curveball, doesn't break nearly enough. Gomez has the noon to 6 curve, and that one went noon to about halfway through the watch space. Ball
and
one.
With 2 outs, you can kind of feel Eunice settling just a bit, and the early game jitter is a little bit off.
1-0 pitch swung on, and that's a hard shot right to second. Blevins bobbles it. It'll be an E4, and that will let Schroeder reach. Should have been out number 3 instead. It is the first charged error of the afternoon.
And now runners at the corners, and still the 2 outs, and the Owls still with some life as Jeter comes to the plate. So, with runners at the corners, 1st and 3rd for the Owls.
They're Jeter, Luke Jeter, not Braylon Jeter.
Right. And just as I had said, that it looked like Eunice was settling in and letting go of the first game and the nervous jitters. We come up with the error. Yep. So announcer's curse there. Sorry about that, Eunice.
So there, Jeter will step in. Garcia sets up outside. Gomez kicks and fires. And a fake throw down, and they are going to try and get the rundown down as back into the plate, and not in time as the rundown fails as a double clutch coming from Garcia. Morales not able to get it back in time, so Lucero will steal home as Schroeder heads to second on the stolen base, and now it is 3-0 in favor of Menaul Oak Grove.
And
they have 4 on the board. I only have 3.
It's
3.
Yeah, it's 3.
Yep, they changed it.
All
so
right.
now Luke Jeter still at the plate. It's a no ball, 1 strike count to Jeter. As Luis will come set, checks on the runner at second. Now comes to the plate, and that one is high and evens the count at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. 3 runs across for Oak Grove.
Not a good way to start for Eunice. They've just got to try to bear down, refocus, settle in, and not get rattled. It's way too early in the game, to look at that.
They did have to play from behind yesterday, and the 2-0 pitch swung on. Lifted high in the air to shallow left field, running over and not able to get to it in time is Coy. That one rolls almost out to the fence. That'll get 1 run home as a stand-up RBI double for Luke Jeter to left will plate James Schroeder. And now it is 4-0 in favor of Menaul Oak Grove. They've come out and they've got the stick clicking.
They do, and Eunice has just got to try to get this 3rd out.
And
get
of course,
out of what could be a nightmare.
Last couple runs have not counted on the slate of Luis Gomez because of the error, but that doesn't really matter to him right now. What matters to him is what's on the scoreboard. As Ben Fernandez, the second baseman, will step in. First pitch to Fernandez, swings and fouls off an inside curve for strike 1.
Gosh, it was so inside. It looked almost like it hit his fist. I don't know that it did, but it was close.
Saw a couple of those yesterday. So a no ball, 1 strike count. Big lead off of second is Jeter. Gomez checks in, comes to the plate, fastball swung on, popped up as a high one right to the mound, as going back is Luis Gomez to end the inning, but 4 runs come across for the Owls before it ends. After an inning, it's Oak Grove Menaul 4, Eunice nothing. Eunice Cardinals State Tournament Baseball continues on Cool 95.7.
Parker Energy Services has been servicing the community for over 17 years. They offer water hauling, dirt work, and disposable services. Dispatchers and sales staff are available anytime, and office staff is available from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., Monday through Friday. Parker Energy aims to satisfy their customers and give their employees great job opportunities. Parker Energy is family-owned and operated, big enough to meet your needs and small enough to offer excellent and personalized services. Consider Parker Energy Support Services for all of your support needs. Visit them today at 2350 Avenue O in Eunice.
As Lee County's largest independent insurance agency, Lavelle Insurance works with a large number of insurance companies. They'll do your comparison shopping for you, guaranteeing you the very best price on the very best coverage for life, health, auto, retirement planning, commercial or personal insurance. Lavelle Insurance offers innovative solutions to protect your assets, goals, and future plans.
Welcome back to Cardinals State Baseball on Cool 95.7 Unisports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. In the bottom of the first inning, the Owls put 4 runs across on 4 hits. There was 1 error committed and 1 left on base. And with the call as we go into the top of the second, it is going to be TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Don Morgan, Jose Calvillo, Tyson Coy, and Luis Gomez. It is 4, 5, and 6, 2 up for the Cards. They had to play out of a 2-0 hole after the first inning yesterday and then came back and won the game 9-6. See if they can get it going. At the lefty first baseman, he'll take the first pitch and dribble it foul down the first baseline. Jose was sitting back on that one, got just a little bit fooled, but it'll be down. No ball, 1 strike count. Calvillo settles back into the box.
Middle of the order here, and Eunice has got to make something go with the bats.
0-1 pitch swung on, and that's a hard shot right down the first baseline. Diving is Rush, and then it's a foot race to the bag, and Rush will win it. How did Rush get that when he dove and somehow snatched it right behind the bag, about 15 feet behind the bag at first, and then outruns Calvillo to the bag?
It was a screamer down that first base line, and at first I thought off of the bat, I thought it might be foul, but it stayed just fair, and I don't know. I mean, that another great play. The Owls definitely are fielding it very well and denying the Cardinals any
in the early going they are, as Coy will step in on the first pitch to Tyson. It's a hard shot on the ground, and that one's going to find its way through out into left field. It rolls almost to the wall before Grieve will get to it. Coy on the horse heads into second and slides in front of the relay. So it is a 1-out double to left, right down the third base left field line for Tyson Coy. And maybe that's what the Cardinals need to get the bats going.
Kind of just break the ice, and it's not. He will run, but they get him, I think, the base running miss second, and he's. So I know that the Cardinals are going to be looking to work him around and in and get some of those runs back as quickly as they can here. So you don't want to stay down long.
Now it'll be Luis Gomez, and Luis takes the first pitch right up the middle. It is handled on the bounce by Jeter at short and fires across to Rush at first. It does allow, but it'll be Gomez grounding out 6-3. For out number 2, so 2 down, but a run potentially 90 feet away with Luis Zamora to the plate.
And Ornelas on deck, Morales in the hole. If he wants to get that far, they want to get some more runs on, get a 2-out rally cooking here.
Zamora actually got the win yesterday in relief. Luis is outside for ball number 1. Fabian Ornelas, the DH, waits on deck. If Zamora can find his way on, Darrow is going to be side as the catcher Rush sheds the mask, gets it in foul territory between home and first. So Zamora gets underneath it and pops it out to the catcher. The Cardinals put a man on third, but can't move it. It's Menaul Oak Grove 4. Eunice still trying to get on the board. Cardinal State Tournament Baseball continues on Cool 95.7.
Eunice schools are excited to have students and staff back on campus and involved in another successful school term. It's been an eventful year, and the Eunice schools are ready for whatever comes their way. Eunice Public Schools provide high-quality educational experiences in a safe environment. The entire Eunice community is very involved with all levels of sports and academics. Eunice, a friendly small town with a wonderful community and amenities, and a fantastic school system.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Welcome back to Cardinal State Baseball on Cool 95.7, Eunice Sports YouTube, and HobbsAmerica.com. In the top of the second inning, Eunice gets a man on but can't move him around. No runs on one hit, no errors, one left on base. We go to the bottom of the second. Owls coming up to the plate with the call. Here's TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Dawn Morgan. It'll be Brody Prochnow, Isaac Rush, and Jackson Buck. That is 9, 1, and 2 due up for the Owls. So Prochnow, the right fielder, will step in. The one lefty looks like in their starting lineup, the lefty right fielder. Luis Gomez still on the hill as he'll look into Kevin Garcia, who sets up outside. Luis ready to deal, and the pitch fastball swung on and missed. Good pitch, strike one. Outfield playing fairly deep here at the cavernous environs of Santa Ana Star Field.
It's a big field.
And a lot of room in foul territory here, too. And the 0-1 pitch, check swing to go. Yes, he did. And he'll call him. Broke the plane. Strike two.
The home plate ump appealed down to the
Prochnow wanted to
and first base ump agreed with the home plate ump. And got 3 wins, by the way.
Calvillo going to come over and they were telling out of the back pocket. So Jose coming over, lending a helping hand. Help from your friends, you often need it. So the 0-2 strike count. Gomez ready to go to Prochnow, and the pitch, and that one is swung on and popped up over on the left side. Charging over is the catcher, and Garcia on the run makes the grab for out number 1.
A little nervous about that, watching him trying to track it down because Gomez had the bead on it right from the top of the bat. Yeah, from the start.
Coming in from third.
They were all moving in on it, so I hoped it was not going to be a case of everybody coming in for it, nobody getting it, but Garcia made a nice catch there, and out number 1 quickly.
So Isaac Rush, who's 1 for 1, singled the lead off the game right back up the middle. He'll step in, 1 out, nobody on, and the first pitch is a curveball that's going to miss for ball number 1.
Yeah, it was close, but not through the zone.
So Rush back in.
Buck also crossed the plate to represent one of those 4 runs that the Owls have on the board.
And the 1-0 pitch swung on, and that's a comebacker right back up the middle, going to find its way through into center field. So Rush, for the second time, takes it right back up through the hive hole of Gomez, right back up the middle. And so 1 on, 1 out, and we already know he's going to go on first movement. But Coach Almager, I have a feeling, knows that too. Might see a pickoff here. We did see a pickoff yesterday, as now Jackson Buck to the plate. He was hit by a pitch. So he's 0 for 0, but with a run scored after being hit. So from the stretch now, Gomez going to check on Tucker. Calvillo holds him on, and the runner will go, and the throw down is not going to be in time to get the speedy Rush. He's got another stolen base. So now a runner in scoring position, and it was ball 1 to Buck at the plate. Still 1 ball, no strike count. 1 down here in the bottom of the second inning. Eunice trails by 4. This is the 2A state title game. As Gomez will deal, that one is right over the pipe, right over the heart, but low, ball 2. So a 2 ball, no strike count. Rush at second after the 1 out single, then stole the bag. So a 2 ball, no strike count. And the pitch swung on, and that'll be a slow roller off of the bounce. Morales handles it. Going to have to double pump fire across, and is it in time? Yes, it is. Now the throw across the diamond, but it is going to get away from Morales, but not far enough to let Rush advance. And so Buck is out 5-3 for out number 2. But almost dangerous as Calvillo threw that one a little low. Morales having to try to backhand it.
Yeah.
Got a glove on it, but it popped out and rolled out into shallow left field. But fortunately, charging in was Coy, who backed it up. So it leaves Rush over at third, and now the other Rush, Noah Rush, to the plate.
Yeah, a good backup out there. That's exactly where the left fielder should have been, right there to do that
and
job.
They are going to intentionally walk Noah Rush.
Okay.
You are allowed to do that, so that'll put runners at the corners. First walk of the ball game issued, and now the cleanup hitter, Talon Lucero, to the plate.
That's interesting. Noah Rush grounded out to the shortstop his first time up.
Yeah, but he's got like 12 home runs on the year.
Exactly.
933 RBIs.
If you're playing the percentages and you think we got him to ground out his first time at bat, let's leave it right there, right? Let's go ahead and put him on.
The runners at the corners, 2 outs, and now the cleanup hitter, Talon Lucero, to the plate
Lucero had an RBI bloop single to right his last time up, and also scored in that 4-run outburst in the first. Luis still from the stretch. Garcia checks on what Coach Almer do from the dugout, and the runner goes and fakes the throw down and fakes the throw then to third. So it'll be a stolen base for Rush. With 2 outs, you're not as worried about the runners on the base paths. There's ball 1 at the plate to Lucero.
Yeah, 1-0 count, 2 outs, and runners at second and third now for the Owls. With Lucero at the plate, Grive on deck, Schroeder in the hole. If they get that far, Eunice wants to shut things down right here.
Yes, they want to do that indeed. So a 1-ball, no strike count to Lucero at the plate. Gomez ready. He'll kick and fire. Curveball swung on as a chop shot. Handled on the bounce by Morales. Triple pumps and goes across the diamond to get Lucero. I was like, got to let that one go. And so a good throw from Morales. Lucero, not any speedier than he is, allows for the out. So the Owls threaten but come up empty in their half of the second. We go to the third. It's Menaul Oak Grove 4, Eunice nothing, as Cardinal State Tournament Baseball continues on Cool 95.7.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
IPS Incorporated is a proud member of this community. IPS is the turnkey solution in the oil patch. One call to IPS for your upstream and midstream solutions, comprising of dirt work, electrical, pumping, and crane service, plus your automation and control, is all handled with one call. One call for every aspect of your oil and gas project. Google IPS Hobbs or simply call 393-1417. IPS, the turnkey one-call oil and gas company.
And welcome back to Cardinal State Baseball on Cool 95.7, Unisport 22, and HobbsAmerica.com. And in the top of the second inning, bottom of the second inning, we had no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 2 left on base. And so we go to the top of the third. The score is still 4-0. The Owls lead. And with the call, here's TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Dawn Morgan. It'll be Fabian Ornelas, Isaac Morales, and then Billy Blevins. 8-9-1. Due up for the Cardinals as they try and dig out of this 4-0 hole. Top of the third inning. Eunice is the visiting squad. As back to it, and the first pitch, that one is a hard shot out into deep left field, and coming over into the alley is Grieve, and on the run makes the catch. Oh, the fly out to left field. Grieve's the left fielder. Gets that one on the run in the power alley, but Ornelas not waiting. He went ahead and took a big hack at that very first pitch he saw. Got pretty good wood on it. Now Alice to Cardinal third base. A couple plays over there. And it's a strike for the Owls pretty much straight away. Schroeder is in a little bit on the base paths at third, and the pitch swung on and missed as Morales' bat needed to be about 6 inches longer to even foul that one off.
It did move a lot late. So it was a breaking ball, but he certainly reached and swatted at it.
And the 0-2 pitch fastball away, and that will be ball number 1 to the 1-ball, 2-strike count. Cardinals in a hole, 4-0-1 down here in the top of the third. Buddy back to their normal positions. That fastball will be away. And the count evens up at 2-2. Billy Blevins waits on deck. Billy wants another shot at getting out there. And the line and the 2-2 pitch curveball swung on and missed as Morales goes down swinging. Second K of the ball game for Lucero, and there is 2 down for the Cards with Billy Blevins to the plate.
Top of the order for the Cardinals. He grounded out.
Second baseman, number 11, Billy, it's 11.
He grounded out to the second baseman his first time up. This is his second plate appearance.
Blevins will step back in as Lucero ready to deal, and the curveball. Oh, that's a comebacker knocked down by Lucero. Blevins on the horse. Lucero picks it up and then will throw it away as Blevins rounds first. He is heading towards second, and the play at second not going to be in time. So Blevins with the rocket shot single. I don't think the ball would have beat him out, so it'll be an infield single to the pitcher, and then advances to second on the E1.
As a pitcher, man, those comebacks like that, snap comeback hits are so tough. Your body just reacts, and sometimes you get lucky, you catch it, you knock it down, and sometimes like that, yeah, and you just don't have a play on it.
So now the Cardinals with a runner in scoring position with Kevin Garcia to the plate. As Garcia will step to the dish. And Tiff, we should be reconnected on tie line. I will dial the band rate down between innings. So Garcia will step in 0 for 1, and the first pitch swung on and fouled to Coach Almager down in the third base coach's box for strike number 1.
So 2-out rally time maybe with a runner in scoring position on second, and it feels like, Eunice has a little more confidence stepping up to the plate. They're making good contact on that ball now.
0-1 pitch. That one comes inside. Ding dong. That's going to hit Garcia.
That made contact with the batter. So, yeah, we'll take the base runners any way we can get them at this point.
Saw that a couple of times yesterday, and the coach for Rehoboth basically argued everything. I think there's a rule that you kind of at least have to think about moving away.
Yeah, you have to try to move in some way.
And
However,
Garcia going to be replaced on the base paths by Aziel Gortia, who is extremely fast, and Blevins with pretty good wheels out at second. Now Jeter to the plate.
Sometimes when you move as a batter, you move into it, not meaning to. Sometimes you take one for the team.
Yeah, sometimes. And the wind and the pitch swung on, and Jeter will ground that one over to the shortstop, who fires it over, and then not going to be in time as he throws it high, as Fernandez has to leap up to get it. So Jeter is going to reach on a fielder's choice as Blevins moves to third, Garcia to second, and now Jeter on a fielder's choice at first.
Nice. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and Joe Calvillo to the plate, batting in the cleanup spot for Cardinals, now comes up and going to have to prove why he's in that order for the Cardinals. Pressure's on, but opportunity is here. Cardinals need to take it. If they waste the opportunity and leave the bases loaded, that will come back to haunt them. Right now, they're looking at the potential tying run at the plate right now. A 4-0 lead by the Owls here in the top of the third.
As the bases are loaded, is Jose Calvillo to the plate. Calvillo, a hard ground out to first, got robbed back in the second inning. Now with a chance to do some damage. The fierce pitch to Jose. It's a chop shot. Comes the shortstop, and he will bottle it.
Runner interference. Going to call runner interference on Gortia, and so Calvillo will be saved with a fielder's choice, but Garcia is out with runner interference for out number 3. So Eunice is going to leave them loaded in the third.
Ouch.
It's Oak Grove 4. Eunice still trying to get on the board. Cardinal baseball continues in a moment on Cool.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
To Cardinal State Baseball on Cool 95.7, Eunice Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. In the top of the third inning, there were no runs on one hit. There was actually technically no errors charged.
Yeah, there was one error.
The one error was charged. Okay, so 1 error and 3 left on base.
Ouch.
Ouch, yeah. We go to the bottom of the third. Owls coming up to the plate. They still lead 4-0 with the call. Here's TJ Miracle.
5, 6, and 7 due up for Menaul Oak Grove. That'll be Grieve, Schroeder, and Jeter. So Grieve, a strikeout victim his last time up. He is 0 for 1, a 4-0 lead for Menaul Oak Grove. As Luis Gomez still on the hill trying to keep this one locked down. A 4-run first right now, the difference in this one. As the wind, that'll be James Schroeder to the plate. Reached via an error in the first and scored. So Schroeder will step to the dish with 1 out, nobody on. 4-0 in favor of Oak Grove. Eunice hoping for a clean inning here.
Yeah, Jeter on deck, Fernandez in the hole for the Owls.
And the wind and the pitch swung on, and that one is lifted high in the air, and that one is out of play. And off of the top row of the stands. Strike one over on the right side of things.
It's a little easier to start well and maintain that momentum and finish well than it is to come from behind and try to grab that. And we've seen this happen in a lot of the games.
0-1 pitch swung on, and it's a line shot. Jeter will take it on the bounce. Takes 3 steps and fires to Calvillo. 6-3. For out number 2 is now Luke Jeter will step in. Nobody on and 2 outs. Jeter had an RBI double back in the first. Not many pitches pitched so far in this inning to have 2 outs already. Pretty efficient and saving some of that pitch count, for Gomez, and that's really important. We talked about managing your pitching and really having to worry about that in this game particularly. So the more efficient that Eunice can get the outs, the better. As Luis will kick and fire to Jeter, and that one will be high for ball number 1. So 1 ball, no strike count. Cardinals in the hole, but trying to break out of it. But they've got to sit Oak Grove down first. Gomez will fire the 1-0, and it's outside, ball number 2. Jeter playing towards the bag at second from his shortstop position. And Blevins very deep in the hole at second. Everybody else pretty much straight up.
Leaving a pretty big gap and hole between left and center out
2-0,
there.
2-0, and that'll be a chop shot as off the third hop. It is Morales to it. He'll bounce it across the diamond, and it is in time. Morales to Calvillo, 5-3 for out number 3. So a clean inning as the Owls go 1-2-3. We head to the 4th inning. It's Menaul Oak Grove 4. Eunice still trying to get on the board as Cardinal State Tournament baseball continues on Cool 95.7.
Bart Parker, owner of Redbird LP Gas Company, and his employees are proud of the Eunice Cardinals. Bart, class of 1971, state champions of both basketball and baseball, support the kids in their academics and athletics. And they realize balancing both is challenging, and they appreciate the Cardinals' determination. Redbird knows the Eunice Cardinals have worked really hard to get where they're at, and they're cheering them on all the way. Supporting the Eunice Cardinals, Redbird LP Gas Company.
Parker Energy Services has been servicing the community for over 17 years. They offer water hauling, dirt work, and disposable services. Dispatchers and sales staff are available anytime, and office staff is available from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., Monday through Friday. Parker Energy aims to satisfy their customers and give their employees great job opportunities. Parker Energy is family-owned and operated, big enough to meet your needs and small enough to offer excellent and personalized services. Consider Parker Energy support services for all of your support needs. Visit them today at 2350 Avenue O in Eunice.
And in the top of the 3rd inning, welcome back to Cardinal State Baseball on Cool 95.7, Eunice Sports YouTube, and HobbsAmerica.com. And the Cardinals coming up to the plate again. They took the Owls. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. Still a 4-0 game here, and with the call, here's TJ Miracle.
We go to the top of the 4th inning, and it'll be 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Cards. Tyson Coy, Luis Gomez, and Luis Zamora. Coy with a ringing double back in the 2nd. He is 1 for 1. He has one of Eunice's 2 hits on the afternoon, or still morning, for another hour and some odd. First pitch to Tyson. He'll take that one high in the air to shallow center field. Could drop in, and it will, as the Texas leaguer will fall in. Tyson Coy with the leadoff single to center, and so now the Eunice going to try and get the bats moving as Luis Gomez to the plate. Gomez a hard ground out to Jeter his last time up. So Luis going to try and help his own cause as he gets instructions from Coach Almager. As settling in, ready to go, is Gomez. Lucero from the stretch, checks the runner, kicks and fires, and that one right down the slot. Luis may not see a better pitch than that in his life, but holds off on it because it's the first pitch, strike 1.
Just his 2nd plate appearance.
So checking on the runner at first as Rush will hold on Coy over there. Coy with good speed. Ball is going to be a curveball that dies in the turf, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Good crowd on hand here for this 2A title game. A lot of Eunice folks making the trip.
Yep, see a lot of red, white, and black, and lots of umbrellas down below us, too.
And the pitch swung on, and that one will be a little roller that is handled by the 3rd baseman, goes to 2nd in time to get Coy, the lead runner. As Schroeder had to wait a long time for that one to develop. Coy will be out. That'll be 5-4 for out number 1. Gomez will reach on the fielder's choice. And so now it'll be Luis Zamora to the plate. Zamora popped it up to the catcher his first time up. He's 0 for 1. One out runner at first. Gomez with pretty good speed out at first. And the pitch from Lucero is away for ball number 1. So a 1-ball, no strike count. Of course, pretty good crowd here for Menaul Oak Grove, as you would expect with them being in Albuquerque.
Beautiful morning, too. It's hot with just a little bit of a breeze blowing in. The wind not a factor here, and clear skies.
1-0 pitch showing bunt, and pulling it back is Zamora, and it will be ball number 2. As the catcher Rush comes up looking to fire. Gomez
dancing off the bag over there, and I think maybe that I don't know that it was a serious attempt to bunt or just to throw it down to screen out and try to get the runner over to second maybe.
So a 2-ball, no strike count. Zamora at the plate, and the pitch to Luis. Took something off of that one, and it'll hit the outside corner for strike number 1. A 2-ball, 1 strike count. Schroeder in a little bit over at third and at the cutout. 2-1 pitch swung on, and that's a chop shot. Jeter handles it at short, bobbles it, is just going to have to eat it, and it'll be an E6, and everybody is safe for the Cards. Gomez down to second. Zamora reaching on the error, and the Cards with signs of life, with now Fabian Ornelas coming to the plate. Fabian took the first pitch he saw into deep left field, his first at bat.
Yeah, it was a fly out, his second plate appearance here, so he's looking to try to get Eunice on the board here. Just solid contact, bring a run or two in, but hey.
Just do some damage.
You bet. 1 out.
And the first pitch as Ornelas will chase a high one for strike 1. Isaac Morales waits on deck. Zamora at first, Gomez at second. Cardinals in a 4-0 hole. Lucero from the stretch. He slows way down when he goes to the stretch. And the pitch, it's a comebacker. And Lucero going to take the lead runner and then across the diamond. And it is a rare 1-5-3 twin killing to end the threat and end the inning. Eunice puts a man, a couple of men on, but can't move them around. And a 1-5-3 double play ends the threat. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Eunice trails 4-0. Cardinal baseball continues on KLEA Hobbs, Lovington, Eunice, Cool 95.7.
As Lee County's largest independent insurance agency, Lavelle Insurance works with a large number of insurance companies. They'll do your comparison shopping for you, guaranteeing you the very best price on the very best coverage for life, health, auto, retirement planning, commercial or personal insurance. Lavelle Insurance offers innovative solutions to protect your assets, goals, and future plans. Eunice schools are excited to have students and staff back on campus and involved in another successful school term. It's been an eventful year, and the Eunice schools are ready for whatever comes their way. Eunice Public Schools provide high-quality educational experiences in a safe environment. The entire Eunice community is very involved with all levels of sports and academics. Eunice, a friendly small town with a wonderful community and amenities and a fantastic school system. And welcome back to Cardinal State Baseball on Cool 95.7, Eunice Sports YouTube, and HobbsAmerica.com. In the top of the 4th inning, Eunice plated no runs on 1 hit. There was 1 error committed, 1 left on base. It was a double play that ended the at-bat for Eunice prematurely, but we move on. And coming up to the plate, the Owls with the call. Here's TJ Miracle.
Ben Fernandez, Brody Prochnow, and Isaac Rush, 8-9-1, due up for the Owls as the Cardinals trying to get out of a 4-run hole here. Through the first 3 complete for the Eunice Cardinals right now, they've got no runs on 3 hits. They've committed 1 error, and they've left 5 runners out on the base paths. For Menaul Oak Grove, they've got 4 runs on 4 hits. They have committed 2 errors, and they've left 3 runners stranded out on the base paths. So Eunice has had some opportunities, but timely hitting has not come their way through the first 3+.
And taking advantage of errors, that you've forced or that other folks are making, and then playing it out.
Gotta hustle every time.
Gotta hustle every time at the bat. You might hit into reach on a fielder's choice. I don't know, but he was not running full out, and the coach was giving him at the first base box was giving him an earful too. I think that would not have been a double play had he been running full out. He would have reached first and beaten the throw easily.
Well, we've got a moment. A big thank you to all the great folks who make Eunice Cardinal Athletics possible. here on Eunice Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and, of course, on Cool 95.7. Eunice Pump and Supply, Redbird Gas Company, Parker Energy Services, Lavelle Insurance, Eunice Schools, NMR Pipeline, Lasco Construction, IPS Incorporated, Cardinal Hardware and Lumber, XL Energy, just to name a few. Of course, thanks to all of our great sponsors throughout the entire season, starting with football and volleyball, moving through basketball, and now baseball and softball, and it culminates on the final day of the 2023-2024 school year activities calendar. Eunice, of course, when they get back tomorrow, they're going to be graduating tomorrow
That's right.
afternoon.
Yeah, Eunice graduation. Jal had their graduation last night, Tatum this afternoon, and then Eunice tomorrow.
So Fernandez will step in. He is 0 for 1. He popped out to Gomez to end the first inning. And now he's going to ask for time and step out. The way this complex is designed here, we don't have to worry about other balls coming in. I don't know, something you'd have to really charge one from the softball field to get it in here.
Yeah.
And the first pitch swung on, hit high in the air out to deep left field, and a misplay by Coy as he came in on it. Instead, it goes back. It'll roll all the way to the Nucinda Credit Union sign out in left field, and it'll be a leadoff triple for Ben Fernandez. Coy had that one but misplayed it, ran in before he started running back as that one carried in the high mountain air and becomes a triple. It's the, I don't know, is this, since Nucinda is the naming sponsor for the baseball state tournament, if you hit their sign, do you get a suit or something like you do in minor league?
Yeah.
Well, if you do, Ben Fernandez gets one. So now it'll be Brody Prochnow to the plate. He popped out to the
as the Owls in business here in the bottom of the fourth inning. As Gomez will deal the fastball inside corner. Good pitch to the lefty, and it'll be strike one. Of course, Luis, the lefty senior lanky righty for these Eunice Cardinals. As the wind and the 0-1 pitch, fastball away, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike. Still a 1-1 strike count. On a warm morning. Sorry, Tiff, I'll get reconnected. As more and more people file in, the network gets lighter and lighter, and the pitch, and that
nice
one is going to be in there, called strike two, so a 1-2 strike count.
It hit the outside of the corner and right at the letters. Took a little speed off
Of it, but hit the zone.
So a 1-2 strike count to Prochnow, the number 9 hitter. Gomez will check on the runner at third. That is Fernandez, and the pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up high in the air over on the right side as Gomez runs over and calls off Calvillo, who slides in. Very dangerous slide there in Garcia. Gomez, Calvillo, Blevins all over there. Nobody remembered to cover home. Fortunately, Fernandez not paying attention because as soon as that ball is touched, it becomes a live ball, and Fernandez could have come in. It'll wind up being a pop-out back to the pitcher
and lucky,
for out number 1.
Lucky for Eunice, and lucky they didn't all knock heads out there, and end up falling down.
I know, you're going to say he dropped it, so it's still a 1-2 count.
Ah, okay.
And so that'll be outside for ball 2, and that actually may have been smart with nobody there to cover. They may have dropped that on purpose. Coach Alberger may have been yelling down there, drop it, drop it, drop it.
Right.
Because then the runner cannot advance.
Yeah, I was so busy watching the ball, I didn't see the call afterward. I didn't see them.
And the ding-dong, that's going to come in and hit Prochnow. Goes from being almost a pop-out to the second hit batter.
Ouch.
And now Owls at the corners. And we'll turn it over to Isaac Rush, who is 2 for 2. He singled right back up the middle both times that he's been on at the plate. And so now he's got a chance to do some damage for Menaul Oak Grove. So the Eunice Cardinals in a bit of a jam here. Nobody out, bottom of the fourth inning. They trail by 4, and the Owls trying to add to the Cardinals' misery. So 2 on, nobody out. Gomez from the stretch. Runner goes. As they'll throw it over to second, and the tag down. Is it in time? Yes, it is. They will pick off Prochnow. He'll be out 1-6 as Jeter slaps the tag down for out number 1. And Jeter with a good arm. They were not going to test that with Fernandez at third.
The important thing about this is that they didn't have to sacrifice a run for it. Hernandez stayed put on third, so they got the out one way or another. They didn't get him at bat, but they got him on the field. So 1 out now.
So the pickoff is successful on Prochnow. Now the infielder's going to move in. As timeout asked for, as the Cardinals have adapted and adjusted. They got Jeter playing basically halfway to the mound. Now he'll back up, but Blevins is almost playing first base at second.
And there's a huge hole out there between first and second out in that alley.
With him coming right back up the middle, I think that's the thinking on it. And the first pitch will bloop in for strike number 1. So a no ball, 1 strike count. You might think about just putting up the 4 fingers on Rush, but he is fast. So no point in maybe giving him an extra base. And the 0-1 pitch swung on, and that's a line shot down the left field line. And that one is going to get a run home as Rush with an RBI single to left this time. He is 3 for 3 as that'll cash in Fernandez, and that makes this a 5-0 Menaul Oak Grove lead. And now Jackson Buck to the plate.
And still just the 1 out now, but Eunice has got to put it behind him and not worry about the scoreboard and just worry about the outs in front of them and getting the outs and getting out of this at bat against the Owls, not letting them catch momentum like they did in their very first at bat where they put 4 runs across.
Buck 0 for 1, but was hit and scored in the first. Runner goes, and the throw down from Garcia, not going to be in time to get the speedy Rush, who rushes to his 3rd stolen base of the morning. And it was ball 1 at the plate to Buck, so a 1 ball, no strike count. Cardinals now in a 5-run hole they got to dig out of, with only 9 outs left to play with.
Buck hit by the pitch, scored, and grounded out to third base. This is his 3rd
1-0 pitch, curveball swung on and missed. Good pitch from Gomez.
Yeah, nice.
He doesn't throw the curve just a whole lot, but when he does, it is effective. Got a fastball, a slider, a curve, and a changeup. So a 1 ball, 1 strike count to Buck. Runner at second is Rush. Big lead off. Blevins holding on, and the pitch swung on. And Buck will shoot that one foul back into the netting. So the count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Pitcher's count here. We'll see if Gomez offers something on the corner for him to try to chase.
So the 1 ball, 2 strike count. Cardinals trying to get out of a jam here. They trail 5-0. Want to keep it right there. And the runner goes as that one is going to come inside, and that hits the batter. Or does it hit him? Yep, they're going to say it hit him. So Buck is hit for the 2nd time in the ball game. 3rd hit batter by Gomez. That will means Rush has to go back to second, though. He had stolen 3rd, but has to trot back.
So the Cardinals get something out of it besides another base runner.
And there's no runner going to first. I don't know why. Oh, and so Buck, they changed their mind and said, okay, that it was no pitch.
Huh.
So he was not hit.
Well, the catcher, Garcia was saying something to the ump, and I don't know by the gestures what that was all about, but batter is not on first. He's back at the plate.
So I guess maybe they awarded time before the pitch. So we're going to reset at 1 and 2. And the pitch swung on and missed, and that'll be strike number 3 as Buck goes down swinging. That'll be the 2nd K of the ball game for Gomez. And there is 2 down now as Noah Rush will step to the plate. And I think they're going to walk him too. Yep, they are just going to walk Noah Rush, take the bat out of his hand. Whoa. As the Oak Grove Menaul faithful not happy about it. 2nd walk for Gomez, both of them intentional to Rush. Sorry, Oak Grove Menaul Oak Grove Owls. That is part of the game.
Yeah, Coach Almager is just playing the percentages here and doing the safe, going with the numbers. And
the number says when you got a kid hitting about 800 with 12 home runs and something like 60 RBIs, just walk him. Take the bat out of his hand.
Especially if you've got runners, if you've got somebody else on base as well.
Yeah, so now Talon Lucero to the plate. He grounded out his last time up. He is 1 for 2, had an RBI single in the first. And they're going to call the balk on Gomez.
Okay.
So the balk will move Rush to second and Rush to third. So the balk is Coach Almager going to come out, and he wants to ask about that, as they were very emphatic on the balk call.
So it ends up with runners on second and third, no matter what everybody thinks and says. It's a balk, and the game moves on. But
so 2 outs with the cleanup hitter at the plate and the pitch, and that one will be the off-speed pitch outside for ball number 1. No, 1 ball, no strike count. Jeter shades over towards the bag at second. Right side of the infield, back deep. And it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count, and the pitch swung on, and that one's right back up the middle of frozen rope. That'll score 1. That'll score 2 as it gets past and goes all the way to the fence for Lord. As on his horse is Lucero. He rounds second. He's heading to third. They're going to call him in. That could be an insider as the throw in not going to be in time, and it is a 3-run inside the park home run for Talon Lucero. An inside the Parker as Lord was thinking about relaying it in. Ball got under his glove. He never touched it. It goes all the way out to the middle of 420 in center field here at Santa Ana Star Field, and that will plate 3 runs for Menaul Oak Grove on an inside the park home run.
And that actually comes back to bite the coach for putting. It would have been 1 run less, but they did intentionally walk and put another run across by doing that.
They put an error on Eunice on the board. He never touched it. I don't think it was an error. I think it was just a misplay.
I think it went through his legs. I think they're right in putting the error down. I hate to say that, and I hate to point a finger and say, this was an error.
So it'll
I think I have to agree with him in this case.
It'll be a 2-run RBI double then to center, and then a 2-base error, which leads to the run. So now Grayson Grieve to the plate, and he will take a big hack at the first pitch, and that'll be strike number 1. And just like that, it is 8-0 in favor of Menaul. As Grieve 0-1, he is 0 for 2 on the day, a strikeout victim, and he grounded out to Morales. And the 0-1 pitch inside, and ding-dong, that's going to hit him. That'll be the 3rd hit batter of the day. So Grieve trots down to first as James Schroeder to the plate. Schroeder reached on an error in the first, then grounded out to Jeter in the 3rd. He's 0 for 2 as here comes Coach Almager. He's going to try and settle this one down. We are inching towards mercy rule here at 8-0 in the 4th inning. The bottom of the 4th inning, 2 outs. Most of this damage
has been with 2 outs. I was about to say, most of this, the runs that, that have come across, it's been with the 2 outs. So, and I think the coach, I don't see that he's making any changes. I think he's just gone out to settle, as you said, settle things down, talk to the team, and just say, you know what, all we can do is put it behind us, think about, refocus, really think about what you're doing.
And Lord is inconsolable in center field as Zamora comes over and tells him not to worry about it as Lord just the hands over and on top of his head, knowing that that E8 cost him a couple of runs, and that is very critical.
And that's why it's so hard to say that, because it's easy to call the game from up here. We're not playing it down there, and it's hard to say that and to write that down in the book when the player themselves, the players know and feel that the result of that and feel the weight and the responsibility of errors far more than we could ever convey.
And there is a tremendous amount of pressure in a state title game.
You bet. And a lot of expectations, on yourself as well.
And the pickoff attempt as Grieve will dive back in safely. Yeah, a lot of pressure out on that field that we may not necessarily feel. I have played in a state baseball championship in Texas, and even sitting on the bench where I stayed planted most of the time, there is pressure all over as Grieve will go, and the throw down from Garcia is going to be behind the runner.
And it was a call strike at the plate, I believe.
So there's that to take away from it. Strike 1 to Schroeder. So the stolen base for Grieve.
2 outs.
As Menaul just wants to keep the line moving.
Yeah, and
maybe calling an early morning.
Eunice just wants to focus on getting the next out as quickly as they can.
0-1 pitch swung on, and that's right back up the middle. Luis touches it, and then Braylon on the run will get it. Jeter, and he will toss it over. Yeah. And they say he got him as Calvillo managed to maintain contact with the bag as the Oak Grove coaching staff wants to talk to him. And they're telling Schroeder just to stay there.
They're going to appeal that call, and they're going to say that he came off of the bag, that his foot came off of the bag, but it looked like a good stretch to me.
Looked like he managed to maintain contact as Jeter had to rush the throw, and Calvillo stretched out. It was a good stretch to get him.
Well, he double pumped on it, but on the run, and then got loosened of it, and it looked like it was, hopefully he calls stands.
They do, so it'll be 6-3 for out number 3 as 4 more runs, though, come across for Menaul Oak Grove. We head to the 5th. Oak Grove Menaul 8, Eunice nothing. Eunice Cardinal playoff baseball continues on KLEA Hobbs Lovington Eunice. Cool 95.7, HobbsAmerica.com, and the Eunice Sports YouTube channel.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Welcome back to Cardinal State Baseball on Cool 95.7 Eunice Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And in the bottom of the fourth, the Owls played 3 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 error committed and 1 left on base. And we go to the top of the 5th inning. Now the Eunice Cardinals trail 8-0. And with the call, here's TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Don Morgan. I think it was 4 runs.
4 runs. Okay, well, we decided on 3.
4 runs on 3 hits.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
3. Yeah, and you and I talked about it, and I said, okay, is that 3 runs or 4? You said
it's 4.
3.
I'm sorry. I thought you said hits.
Yeah, I said.
Anyway, Isaac Morales will step to the plate. The number 9 hitter, it is 9-1-2 due up as the first pitch. Lucero will blow the fastball by him for strike number 1. Morales, Blevins, and Garcia. Eunice running out of outs to work with. Need to get something going here. And the pitch to Morales as he shows a little slap bunt, slaps at it, fouls it off for strike number 2.
Quickly
down 0-2 as Lucero, when nobody's on, works fast. He goes to the speed of molasses with runners on. And nice job. Morales will foul that one back to the screen.
Stays alive, protecting the plate. That looked like it probably would have been on the outside corner, a call strike. So good thing he did spoil it off.
So a no-ball, 2-strike count to Morales, leading it off for the Cardinals' top 5. They trail by 8 in the title game. 0-2 pitch. Fastball swung on, and that one is heading over to the softball field, where Artesia's playing right now for stays strike 2.
Morales, just his second plate appearance, struck out the first time. He's 0 for 1, but Eunice would love to start something off here at the bottom of the order.
And he'll fight another one off, so he'll stay alive. No balls, 2 strikes. Now the Cardinals' energy, you hope they didn't expend it all yesterday. And the pitch swung on, and that one is lifted high in the air out to right center field, charging over, and Bach again with a running catch. That is the second Cardinal that he has stolen at least a single, if not extra bases from. That kid's got some wheels.
He does. That's an ESPN highlight reel play right there. What a catch. He tumbled after he got the ball in it and still held it in his glove. What a catch. Credit where credit's due. I hate it that he robbed a hit from Morales and for Eunice.
And he robbed Jeter in a similar fashion back in the first inning.
But it becomes a fly out to position 8 in the books for the first out.
1 for 2 will step in. Had an infield single his last time up. And the first pitch to Billy high in the air. That is to right field. It is tailing. Could go foul, and it will by about 10 feet. Goes back into the Eunice bullpen area for a long strike 1. If Billy can get the timing down, though, he can really hit just about anybody pretty hard.
Well, there's a reason he's the leadoff batter, and so far he hit the infield single, got stranded, and then grounded out to short. So he's made contact with the ball at the bat here
one
today.
Pitch swung on, and that'll be a little liner that'll fall into shallow center field. No way Buck's got enough speed to get to that one. As it fell about 10 feet out behind the second baseman. So Blevins with the little single to right center. And now Kevin Garcia to the plate. Garcia was hit by a pitch his last time up and then was called out on runner interference. He is 0 for 1, struck out in the first. So now Blevins, good speed over at first as Rush will hold him on over there. Lucero goes to the stretch. And the first pitch, Garcia takes a big hack at a fastball.
And swung way late. It was almost in the glove when he decided, I think that looks good. So a chop, strike, and an 0-1 count.
0-1 is the count. Blevins with the lead off of first, the fastball away. And the count evens up at 1-1. If you're Eunice, you just need to get runners here.
Noah Rush kind of pulled the glove over in a kind of a quick frame there, but the ump didn't go for that. So 1-1.
So the 1-1 count. Blevins off of first, about a half step over there. And the 1-1 pitch, Garcia will foul that one off. Blevins was on the move, but it'll be strike two as he'll have to trot back as Garcia fouled that one off. So the hit and run on for Coach Almager there.
Right.
Just didn't quite work as expected. So 1 down, 1 on.
Garcia still alive at the plate, a chance here. Eunice would love to change the goose egg into a crooked number.
And a light throw over to first. No chance you're getting Blevins if he's paying attention. And he's dancing around out there, and Lucero acted like he was going to throw back. So a little gamesmanship going on over at first. So back to the plate. The 1-2 to Garcia swung on, and he will foul that one off. Goes over the head of the umpire. So the count stays 1-2. Eunice is starting to at least fight off Lucero a little bit.
Jeter is on deck, Calvillo in the hole for Eunice, and they want to get that far. They want to try to stretch this out, get on the board, and, of course, maybe play a couple of runs, get out of danger of being run-ruled and having this game in early.
The 1-2 count, and Garcia takes that one into the Eunice dugout, so the count stays 1-2. He's fought off 3 straight pretty good pitches from Lucero to stay alive.
If he could find his way on.
So the 1-2 strike count. Outfield playing about halfway back. Infield double play depth. Runner at first.
High.
Leading off, and that one will be high for ball 2. So the 2-2 strike count. Blevins at first. Reaching on the single with 1 out. Takes about a step and a half. Rush holds him on over there. Lucero checks on him and brings the 2-2 to the plate. Fastball, and that one just away for ball 3.
Rush again, moving the glove, framing that for the ump. He didn't buy it, and he said, nope, count full.
So the full count. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the first full count that the Cardinal batters have worked against Lucero. And the payoff pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up on the infield. Shortstop Jeter comes over in front of the bag at second, puts the glove up, and will make the grab for out number 2. So now Braylon Jeter to the plate. Jeter flew out to deep center in the first, was robbed by Buck on the run, and then fielder's choice in the third. Jeter 0 for 2 and due.
If he can find a way on, Calvillo on deck. Coy in the hole now.
So the Eunice Cardinals trying to break the goose egg off the board. No runs on 4 hits, a couple errors for him in the ball game. As Jeter back steps in, settles into the right side box, and the first pitch to Braylon is on the outside corner. Good fast. Actually, I think that was a cutter. Had a little late movement on it. Strike 1.
Late break for sure. And Jeter leaned on it. He did lean, but he didn't offer.
0-1 pitch. That'll be just a straight fastball away. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So the 1-1 strike count, 2 down. Billy Blevins over at first. He got on with a 1-out single. Then the pop out by Garcia. Outfield deep for Jeter, respecting his power.
The Eunice crowd and dugout very quiet right now.
Another soft toss over to first. And a little trickeration tried by Rush. He almost tried the old hidden ball trick.
Right.
Fake the throw back to the pitcher and kind of hide the ball and see if you can get Blevins sleeping.
Off the bag.
Something tells me Billy's probably seen that before. Every kid has. And the 1-1 pitch, it's a line shot right to the second baseman. Fernandez will stab it as it goes about 6 inches off of the ground. The line out to second. And it is 4 up, 3 down for the Cards as we head to the bottom of the 5th. It is Menaul Oak Grove 8, Eunice nothing. Cardinal baseball continues from the state tournament on Cool 95.7.
IPS Incorporated is a proud member of this community. IPS is the turnkey solution in the oil patch. One call to IPS for your upstream and midstream solutions, comprising of dirt work, electrical, pumping, and crane service, plus your automation and control, is all handled with one call. One call for every aspect of your oil and gas project. Google IPS Hobbs or simply call 393-1417. IPS, the turnkey one call oil and
Welcome back to Cardinal State Baseball on Cool 95.7, Eunice Sports YouTube, and HobbsAmerica.com. And in the top of the fifth inning, there were no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the fifth inning, the Owls leading 8-0, and I believe there's a new pitcher, and with the call, here's TJ Miracle.
Luis Zamora will come on in relief. I guess he still had pitches and innings left after his relief outing yesterday, so he's going to come on here in this bottom of the fifth inning and try and shut down Menaul Oak Grove. Right now, if you're Menaul Oak Grove, you're thinking 2 runs and call it a day, because we are into after the fifth inning. It's mercy rule 10 or more, and it'll be up to 7, 8, and 9. That is Jeter, Fernandez, and Prochnow for this Menaul Oak Grove squad. Jeter is 1 for 2 at an RBI double in the first, and then grounded out to Morales. And it looks like Gomez is going to go out to right to take over for Zamora.
So they switch?
I think they just switch.
All right.
So taking a long time between the innings here.
I think the umps had to make the notations on everything, and they were giving, I think, the new pitcher plenty
a couple more
enough
chances.
Time to,
Here's the fastball, and it's high for ball number 1. And the ball sails over his head. Luis Zamora is about 6 inches shorter than Luis Gomez, and Garcia, muscle memory, just takes over.
It was the announcer's curse there. As I just said, he goes for accuracy, and here comes the ball, right?
Well, after I said he throws a lot of change-ups and curves, and that one will be popped up over on the right side. A high pop into foul ground in right field, and Calvio Blevins calls him off as Jose goes hard to the turf. You hope he's okay. And the ball falls harmlessly to the turf for strike 2.
As Calvillo a little frustrated because he had called it and was there all the way, and at the last second, I guess he heard,
heard Blevins charging on it. Yeah,
heard Blevins charging and saying, okay. So it was foul ball, so no harm. It's just sometimes you look at those and you think, okay, it's a shame we didn't get an out on that. No harm, no foul. It just becomes a foul, and a foul becomes a strike.
And the 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Got him with the changeup. Ring him up and sit him down. Jeter goes down swinging.
So the foul ball was key in making the strikeout, and it turned out to be an out anyway. So there's baseball karma for you.
So now it'll be Ben Fernandez to the plate. Fernandez is 1 for 2. Popped out to the pitcher in the first, and then had a ringing triple to left and scored in the fourth. So now he steps in, nobody on, 1 out. Trying to turn over to Prochnow and then back to the top of the order. Eunice trying to get a clean inning out of this with Zamora on in relief. Luis looks in, gets the signs from Garcia. Kevin set up on the outside. And the first pitch, fastball outside corner. Good pitch, yes sir, strike 1.
Yeah, nice pitch. Again, late break. I think Fernandez saw it and thought it was going to be away all the way, and caught the corner.
Garcia sets up towards the outside again. Same pitch, same response. Only a swing this time, and it'll be strike 2.
And that time, I think it was a ball, but probably close enough to the corner that after the first call strike.
Now you may think about the inside curve, although Garcia sets up on the outside in the 0-2 pitch, and it is the inside curve. Doesn't break enough in and stays a little high for ball 1.
So still a pitcher's count here with 1 out. Eunice looking to try to get outs efficiently, as you said, a clean inning, so they can get back to the dugout.
And the pitch, fastball away. And evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Try to get their bats swinging again. They had a little they gathered a little momentum, and then it just kind of felt like it fizzled a bit.
As Zamora deals the 2-2, it's a chopper over the head of Zamora on the run. Jeter with it, fires to Calvillo, and in time, and a diving Fernandez. I don't know why you do that. You go faster if you just run through it, but 6-3, and that was not an easy play as Jeter on the hop after it went over the head of Zamora. Had no time to really think about it, just had to transfer quickly and fire.
I tell you, Calvillo has been important at first base today. He's been able to make the stretch and really save some of the outs and some of those, questionable throws that have come in a little high, a little low.
First pitch to Prochnow is going to be on the outside corner for strike 1 for the lefty right fielder.
And Calvillo has
and the 0-1 pitch swung on, and that's a line shot softly up the middle. Off of a bounce. Blevins to it and fires over, but not in time to get the speedy right fielder Prochnow.
So
it'll be an infield single.
Yeah, a little bloop infield single becomes two out makings of a little rally for the Owls here.
And
Eunice has got to work to squash it.
Yes, they do. As Isaac Rush to the plate, hard to do with him up there. He is 3 for 3. 3 singles with an RBI and 3 stolen bases. So Isaac Rush will step in back to the top of the Owls order. Prochnow with a lead off of first. Calvillo holds him on. Zamora with a good pickoff. As the runner goes, and the throw from Garcia bounces past Jeter, but Blevins there to back him up. But the stolen base for Prochnow.
And I thought it was a strike. It is a call strike at the plate.
So the strike to Rush at the plate, 0-1 the count. As Zamora, we're going to check on the runner. Now he'll come to the plate. Curveball swung on, and that's a hard shot out into left field. That'll get 1 run home as Prochnow rounds third and is heading home. The throw in not nearly going to be in time, but it is another RBI single for Rush. He is 4 for 4 in the ball game, and now Menaul Oak Grove has the potential winning run out on the base paths with Jackson Buck to the plate. Their number 2 hitter is officially 0 for 2, was hit by a pitch and scored in the first, then grounded out in the second, struck out in the fourth. So now Buck to the plate, who's made 2 fantastic plays in center. That has robbed the Cardinals of outs, and a pickoff attempt back in safely is Rush. You know he's going to be going on first movement towards the plate.
Oh, boy. 9-0 here in favor of the Owls. Eunice just looking to survive, stay alive, and play more ball in this championship game.
Timeout on the field as Garcia wants to go talk to Zamora. Big thanks to our friends at XL Energy, Cardinal Hardware and Lumber, IPS Incorporated, Lasco Construction, and MR Pipeline, Eunice Schools, Lavelle Insurance, Parker Energy Services, Redbird Gas Company, Eunice Pump and Supply, making Eunice Cardinal State Tournament baseball possible from here in Albuquerque. So Buck will settle in now. Still waiting on his first pitch from Zamora. Runner at first is Isaac Rush. Calvillo holds him on as Zamora going to set. Checks on the runner. Likes the long hold. And timeout asked for. And granted.
No, they're going to call the balk. Yep.
Nope.
I guess he moved just enough or it took too much time. So,
well, it's a balk instead of a stolen base in the book. As Zamora was he was not on the same page at all with Garcia right there. And nope, they changed their mind as timeout was asked for before he moved.
Okay.
And they're telling him he's got to go back because timeout was granted before he started his motion.
And I think by granting the timeout, that may have been what triggered, the movement with Zamora. He was starting his movement, and when the timeout,
and Buck still hasn't seen his first pitch yet.
Nope, it's still.
Zamora going to take his time again. He'll set, come to the plate, and ding dong. Oh, did that hit him? How did that not hit him? I don't know. It was way inside for ball 1 as he kind of flinched like it did, but I guess it went between the arms and the jersey and didn't touch anything but the back of Garcia's glove. Pickoff attempt as Rush back in safely under the tag of Calvillo.
Zamora knows that runner represents, the 10-0 mark for the Owls and really trying to keep him on first if they can and try to get this third out as quickly as they can. The Owls have done a lot of their damage and scored a lot of their runs on
with
the board.
2 outs. And the runner goes and the pitch is missing for ball 1, and that'll be the stolen base.
So there's baseball karma. If you look at it, it went the other way. Karma went the other way to the Cardinals' favor earlier, and now goes against them here. But
so a 2-ball, no strike count.
If it were basketball, they'd say ball don't lie, but
baseball karma in this case.
Yeah.
So runner now at second, a 2-0 count, and the pitch is away to Buck for ball number 3 as the tension ratchets up on Zamora. That young man has got nerves of steel. I'd be shaking like a leaf out there. So a 2-ball, make that a 3-ball, no strike count, and the pitch, and that one is going to be
called
strike one. As
come back,
Buck
boy.
was heading back. Never ever throw the bat and take off before the umpire makes up his mind, because it will always be a strike.
I think it would have been a strike anyway. It was right there over the plate at the letters, and
Top
I think
of the
he
zone.
called it.
So,
but yeah, assuming that and ditching the bat is never a good idea. Even at the bigs, you see that,
yes, you do. So now a 3-ball, 1 strike count. Zamora deals, and that one is a fastball in the outside corner, strike 2. And he looked to toss the bat again. Ay, ay, ay.
You're tempting fate at this point when you do that, right?
So now a 3-2 count, and the payoff pitch. Runner goes, swung on and lifted high in the air to shallow right field. If it's fair, it's trouble. It's fair, and that will score the run, and 10 runs have come across, as it is a 10-0 ball game on an RBI double for Jackson Buck to right. And Oak Grove Menaul has cashed it in and wins this ball game in 5, 10-0. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, come back and wrap up the season. Eunice Cardinals State Tournament Baseball in just a moment on Cool 95.7.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Bart Parker, owner of Redbird LP Gas Company, and his employees are proud of the Eunice Cardinals. Bart, class of 1971, state champions of both basketball and baseball, support the kids in their academics and athletics. And they realize balancing both is challenging, and they appreciate the Cardinals' determination. Redbird knows the Eunice Cardinals have worked really hard to get where they're at, and they're cheering them on all the way. Supporting the Eunice Cardinals, Redbird LP Gas Company.
Welcome back to Cardinal State Baseball on Cool 95.7 Eunice, Sports YouTube, and HobbsAmerica.com. And here in the bottom of the 5th inning, there were 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, 1 left on base, as it's a win for the Owls. With the wrap, the call is TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Don Morgan. 10 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors, 5 runners left on for Menaul Oak Grove. No runs, 4 hits, 2 errors, and 6 left on for the Eunice Cardinals. But you know what? The Cardinals going to finish at 500, got to the championship game in Tyler Almager's first season as the head coach. And, you know, there's a lot to be proud of for this Eunice team, even though they fall in this one. And the trophies will match. They'll get the red trophy for second place. I know they wanted the big blue for the big red trophy case, but still nothing to be ashamed of for this squad. And, you know, it's been a season of ups and downs, and, of course, you make it to the last day of the season. It's doesn't end like you want it, but there's still a lot that these kids are going to be able to, and coaches going to be able to look back on and smile about after the sting kind of wears off.
Yeah, you bet. Well said. As the 18th, state championship here, not meant to be, but maybe next year, as they definitely,
going to have a lot of players.
You bet.
Back.
They'll have a lot of players, more experience here, and the more times that you play, at the facility and in the big game with that pressure and deal with the expectations. We really expected to see a closer game, and the Owls just came out and put those 4 runs across in their first at bat and just never looked back from there.
No, they certainly didn't. And with that, my friends, we will put a wrap on this 2023-2024 Lee County High School sports season. The Eunice Cardinals, the last team standing, making it to the championship game in 2A baseball, but falling 10-0. For the entire Noalmark Broadcasting, One Radio Square crew, Aaron Forrester and his entire sales staff, of course, Tiff and Evie, basically taking care of everything since way back in football season. For the Hobbs crew, Ty Friend and Ron Gunter. For Dusty Wyndham. For the Jowl crew, Jockson and Adam, and the other folks that have helped out. For the Tatum crew with Ava and Derek. For the Eunice Sports crew, Jimmy Jones, Rosendo Caballero, and Charlie the Thumb Fairbrush. For Don Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from UNM and Santa Ana Star Field. This has been an exclusive presentation of Noalmark Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Eunice Cardinal Baseball has been brought to you by Eunice Pump and Supply, Redbird Gas Company, Parker Energy Services, Lavelle Insurance, the Eunice Schools, NMR Pipeline, Lasco Construction, IPS, Cardinal Hardware, and Excel Energy. Good afternoon, everybody. Have a great weekend.